Bye. so caldo, por la verdad, vos a dónde vas a vai, I'm passing you be like, you tell me nice, I'm just gonna do so caldo, por la verdad, bebé, yo every time, bebé,
Good evening from Pepin Stadium. Men's soccer between the Thomas University Nighthawks and the University of Tampa Spartans. Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. And let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Nighthawks out of the Sun Conference. They enter the match 1-4. They're led in net by Ben Barnes, joined by Mike Zammer, Martin Griswois, Jack Chambers, Salvador Marin, Aaron Wimberly, Sam Eyes, Diego Asar, Mateo Arbalais, Ian Ward, and Nicola Monelli round out the Thomas University lineup. They're coached by Ricky Zambrano, assisted by Cody Crippen and Alex Geyer. For the Tampa Spartans out of the Sunshine State Athletic Conference, enter the match 1-2. Jake Richards, leader, is in net, joined by Snorre Coatgard, Julius Becker, Josh McGrath, Amgad Salah, Trevor Stanley, Luca Abreu, Cody Wells, Max Brennan, Brandon Gracias, and Morgan Raspar. So, Tampa Spartans battling some injuries. Let's see if they can collect contributions from some new faces here in the starting lineup. They're coached by Adrian Bush, assisted by Maurice Loringard, Clete Gatter, Andrew Restrepo, Marcel Salakat, and Lars Christianberg Hansen. Tonight's game, officiated by Miguel Martez, Stephen Richardson, and Christopher Farver on the sidelines. And let's get our game time weather. Hot day here in downtown Tampa, Florida. Currently 90 degrees. 8-mile-an-hour winds from the northwest. It feels like 100 on the field. And it will be cloudy throughout the night. The Spartans are ready. The Nighthawks are ready. And it will be Salvador Marin, the junior from El Salvador, to kick things off here at Pepin Stadium. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Spartans coming off a 1-1 weekend. They defeated the Flagler Saints 4-2 back on Thursday before a 1-0 loss to Clayton State. Sorry about that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Both teams looking to get out of the gate offensively. Spartans in that 1-0 defeat suffered a goal in the opening 5 minutes and were unable to come back. It will be a free kick for Trevor Stanley. Right on the money. Here come the Spartans and they score. Josh McGrath, the sophomore, in the opening 69 seconds, 1-0 Spartans. A fine look by Trevor Stanley from the right wing.
Number 12, Josh McGrath.
And Josh McGrath takes it from there.
Max Brennan.
And credit Max Brennan on the left side in the box with the magnificent cross on over to McGrath. The freshman connects with the sophomore, and the Spartans strike first. Just the start head coach Adrian Bush was looking for. And in the ensuing possession, the Nighthawks moving it down the field. Look here. Penetrating the middle is Mateo Arbeláez. Through ball over to Ian Ward. Nobody home. With that opening Josh McGrath goal, allows this Tampa team to dictate the tempo, as there will be a throw-in at midfield for Thomas. Of the starters for Thomas, Sam Eyes with 3 goals on the year, Mateo Arbeláez with 2, Gavin Rochford-Smith with 4, not in the starting lineup today. Spartans battling some injuries of their own. Till Newman nursing a groin injury, as well as Omar Tale, who we're expecting to see off the bench at some point. But we will keep you posted as Luca Abreu has a conversation with the side official Stephen Richardson. Play resumes. And now a throw-in coming forward by Cody Wells. Turned over. Was looking for Amgad Salah. And the throw on over from Diego Asar. Moving it into the box, Sam Eyes. Met by 2 Spartan defenders. Both teams with 1 shot. The lone one on goal was a Josh McGrath score, as Mike Zammer, the senior from Coral Springs, retreats to Martin Griswois, and it is cleared by Ben Burns. Gorgeous night here in downtown Tampa, Florida, and we're now joined by Jack Ike. Jack, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
Spartans scored first.
Got in the way.
Thank you very much. Work got in the way of a few things.
Yeah, understandable, and the Spartans looking good here in the opening 4 minutes. Turn it over.
Yeah, I heard a cheer as soon as I walked in. I'm like, wow.
And it's nice to see the Spartans. There's some new pieces here getting spot starts. They're showing how excited they are to play. The energy through the roof here in the opening 5 minutes. And in that game against Clayton State, that's all it took, was that opening few minutes to strike first and smooth sailing from there. Let's see what this has in store. As a quality look, sails right off the left foot, that time of Diego Asar.
Well, one thing I noticed about Thomas University, their MAIA score, which you probably already talked about, but they're 1-4, but they have played a really difficult schedule.
2 ranked teams.
And a couple of them are also receiving votes, and as a matter of fact, Thomas was receiving votes in the preseason NAIA.
Without a doubt, is that one chased down by Zammer in his own corner. Passing forward, looking for an open passing lane there is Ian Ward.
So I guess that begs the question of, is an NAIA schedule or division, how comparable is that to NCAA Division II? You look at this conference, the Sun Conference over the years, and there are 3 teams who started in this conference who are now members of the Sunshine State Conference. So teams, to be honest with you, have moved up to the Division II level.
Absolutely, and the Spartans knocking on the door. They get a look. It was across from Salah. Could not connect with McGrath nor, I believe that was Becker on the right wing as well. But that's an interesting point because this is the sixth meeting between the two teams. The Spartans have won 3 of the first 5, but
I think 2011 was the last time they met as well.
So the first was in 2002, so like you said, the transition of these programs showing that they can compete on the same field with some of the best.
Embry-Riddle came from this conference and has done very well in the SSC. Nova Southeastern, but that was back in 2002, and also Palm Beach Atlantic came from this conference and moved up.
3 programs that seem to be in competition season.
They fit in well, though.
They do, yeah.
Division II lifestyle.
38-10 left in the opening period. Spartans struck first in the opening 70 seconds. Max Brennan to Josh McGrath. And now the Nighthawks looking for some offense of their own. Fabulous transition defense by the Spartans to prevent any damage.
A corner kick for the Nighthawks.
Interesting to mention that neither Roger Smith nor Omar Tale, the 2 top point getters for the Spartans, not in the starting lineup today, but that does not stop others from stepping up to the plate in a big fashion and answering the call.
Well, Adrian Bush told us last week, he said he had 8 players not dressing for the game we did a week ago. He said 6 of them were significant contributors. And he said, so they will all be back, hopefully by last weekend. So he said, we have a deep team. And he said, I'm not afraid to get certain guys out there and bring other guys in when I need them. So I think what he's basically saying is don't worry if you're not starting. You're going to play, you're going to have a big role.
Definitely, and there's never any complaining about having too much depth as the season progresses. Injuries and all sorts of obstacles can arise.
I think coaches usually say, don't worry about being a starter, worry about being the guy at the end. Or you want to be the guy at the end.
Flow of the game is slowed down here as the Nighthawks set up in the half field. Now threatening, but court guard applying the on-ball pressure. Spartans executing the little things, getting the takeaways here early. And Thomas University, they have some striking ability in that front field attack, but the passing lanes haven't been there, but they're knocking on the door, but the Spartans fail. And now they move into transition.
You know, a couple things to look at with Thomas University. They have 17 goals already this year in 5 games. And I'm sure you mentioned they got 11 in 1 game.
Yes, that opening game.
11-0 start, which sounds like maybe they played you, me, and 9 friends.
Here comes Brandon Gracias. Migrating up the field, give and go. McGrath.
And as we said, they played 2 teams that were ranked, a couple other teams receiving votes, so they played competitively against the good teams in the NAIA. They just haven't come out on top yet.
Both of these teams have challenged themselves here in the non-conference part of the schedule, only going to help them once they face those interconference foes. Court guard to Becker. Spartans pushing it downfield, and now a chance, but there will be a whistle. Offsides. First offsides call of the game. Side official Richardson on top of it.
Well, this is a good game to play, and it's also good that they're playing on Tuesday as opposed to tomorrow or Thursday, because they open up with Berry to start the conference season on Saturday at Berry, one of the better teams in Division II soccer.
And the Barry Buccaneers 1-3 on the year. Tampa Spartans 1-2, still early in the year.
Yep. But it's always a very formidable soccer match between these two teams, regardless of the records. And I guess the point being that it's conference play from now on in.
Nighthawks possess it on the right wing. It's Ian Ward. Diego Asar with the cross, intercepted by Gracias. Spartans slowing down the pace. Here comes Julius Becker, and he and McGrath not on the same page. Morgan Vrasper with the interception.
I'm sure one thing that may be a factor as this game goes on. They're starting it at 5. Normally they start at 7. Of course, on the weekend, you did a game that started at 1, I think, and that's the heat of the day. But they said today might be another record-setting high for this day in Tampa. They're saying it could be 93. Now, there's a breeze, but I have a feeling with the sun blazing, not many clouds in the sky, 90-degree temperatures, humid, that it's going to take its toll, and that's probably another reason why you mentioned that some of the main players aren't in the lineup because they're going to be needed later.
It is 100 degrees, it feels like, on the field. Expecting Miguel Martez, lead official, perhaps a water break or two along the way. Keep these players hydrated.
Which they can call.
We've seen it a few times here in the early going of the season as there is a dash up the right sideline. Nighthawks knocking on the door. Spartans defense standing tall. Give and go action between Asar and Ward as Jake Richard flies in there. A line drive punt, was looking for Becker.
Almost got him.
Cross field.
Dangerous play right out in front. Got some pressure.
Battle of 22s, Mateo Arbeles and Cody Wells, as the Nighthawks still threatening in Spartan territory. Now, Jack, with the Spartans leading 1-0 here, approaching the first 15 minutes of play, starting to get a little conservative on the defensive side, but how important is it for them to stay aggressive offensively if the opportunity is there?
Well, you know, the thing we found out last week in the game against Flagler was no lead is safe. Spartans had a 3-0 lead, and it got cut to 3-2 in about a minute and a half. And Tampa eventually won the game 4-2, but you can't rest on your laurels just because you, early in the second half, I mean, I was like in the first minute of the second half, took a 3-0 lead, and it wasn't safe. All of a sudden it was a game in the balance. So don't think 1-0 with 70 minutes to go in the game is going to be enough.
Absolutely. I mean, teams can build off momentum so quickly. It just takes one breakaway down the field.
Yeah, you saw Flagler do that. They were inspired, scored within a minute and a half after that.
So the Spartans will look to keep their foot on the gas pedal. The defensive tenacity has amped up on both sides. And another steal by the Spartans.
I think it's more right now just trying to get a rhythm, which they really haven't been able to get.
Yeah, on the pitch, the Nighthawks, they've gotten the looks they've wanted.
Nice recovery there.
And that's another one. But the on-ball pressure that time by Trevor Stanley absolutely phenomenal. Look deep in the territory that time by Hides, but he was pressured on ball and can only lift it out of play.
And that might be a question of fatigue there. The Spartan right in front of Jake Richards. Doesn't look like he cramping or anything, which is something that could happen very easily on a day like this.
We'll take a quick break, get a word from our sponsor over at Jersey Mike's.
Sub-above difference is giant. Giant hearts, giant differences, and giant wins. On Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, 100% of sales go to a great cause in your community. Jersey Mike's.
Can you see the number?
A quick guard, I think, number
Is it?
3.
Okay.
So, yeah.
He just looks like he's just trying to get some air.
0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste.
Tommy. T-H-O.
Cece, glad you made it.
Ricky wins again.
What is this place?
Iowa, only with maximum Pepsi taste and 0 calories.
Whoa.
Nichols, replacing number 3.
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Nighthawks and Spartans. Between the Sun Conference and the Sunshine State Conference, Jack Geit, Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in.
2 aptly named conferences, no doubt.
That's for sure. A Josh McGrath goal in the opening minute, 10 seconds. The difference thus far. Substitution is Ezric Nichols replacing the injured Spartan Snorri Kortgaard.
And he's on the sideline now, hands on knees, as if, well, maybe he was just overcome. Lost his breath. Maybe just not feeling great right now. Can happen.
Nice pass there. Here come the Spartans. Ben Barnes gliding to his right with the save.
That was a nice look, but a nice save as well. Probably a better save. Had to go a little bit to his left to get that one. A good shot by the Spartans.
And Luca Abreu, that setup pass was right on the money. A slow roller from left to right. And that look was promising for the Spartans from Cody Wells.
The nice thing about that, like you said, it was a slow roller. The player, Luca, was able to notice that he had time to do that. Sometimes you're like, hurry, 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 but they didn't have to.
McGrath had ideas of a second goal. Way downtown, denied.
Spartans will get the corner.
First corner kick of the game for the Spartans. Dual threat. It will be Amgad Salah joining the lefty Trevor Stanley. And the boot from the southpaw headed out of play by Asar. Rasper give and go with Stanley.
Nice job by the Spartans to keep it alive.
Salah.
And we'll get another corner.
Spartans have to be happy with back-to-back corner kicks. Short look here. Stanley to Salah, and that one sails.
I thought it was quite the pass that they intended after getting it in.
Yeah, Stanley wanted that ball to hook.
I think he kind of sailed on him, yeah.
Went directly across the field, and it will be a throw-in for the Nighthawks. It's Sam Eyes over to Mike Zammer. Challenged by 2 Spartans. Substitution coming forward onto the field is Felipe Geisen-Linson, sophomore defender.
Your attention please, entering the game for Tampa. It's number 27, Philippe Geisen-Linson. He replaces Max Brennan.
And that's good effort there by Max Brennan, the freshman, giving quality minutes to the Spartan unit. As it's Gracias looking middle in. Through the first 20 minutes, Jake Richards has had a quiet game thus far, yet to
which is fine.
For a save. Yes, that's what they're hoping for. That's the game plan.
Goal after one, that was wide. Never did get a hand on it.
But even though he doesn't show up in the stat sheet, he finds a way to involve himself as he directs this defense. And the Spartans now migrating back in transition will have a goal kick.
Tried to get the Spartans napping there, but the throw-in was just a little too far. They had it sailed all the way out of bounds for a goal.
Richards sends it to Gracias. On over to McGrath. Nighthawk defense sitting back, and the Spartans contempt to pass it around the perimeter. Now taking a shot. Too much mustard on that one from Gracias, looking for Salah, and here comes Thomas.
Nice job by the Spartans to take that one away.
There have been no easy passes given up by this Spartan defense. And we will have a goal kick for Ben Barnes. Spartan strikers applying pressure as the Nighthawks look to move it up the field.
Nice job by Tampa to deflect that one away. And I think they saved the corner.
Side official Christopher Farver right on top of it.
I think he called a throw-in.
But Salah covering that much ground. The Nighthawks were hoping for their second corner kick, but they will have to settle for a throw-in.
That was their best impersonation of a corner kick. Got it fairly close.
Thus far, Thomas University has gotten into Tampa territory, but have not been able to make that extra pass.
Right, just one fairly nice opportunity, but that was it.
This game, a battle in transition. Richards wisely picks it up. And the Spartans orchestrating offense. Looking for a quick hitter. Salah was double teamed, and now the Nighthawks with one of their best opportunities of the game. Jake Richards standing up to the task. Flex the line drive, corrals it, and the Spartans come up with the takeaway.
You know, they say in hockey when you get a shot like that, don't give up a rebound, and he didn't. He played it right in front of him and was able to go right out and get it. He couldn't get his hands on it to pick it up. Another nice play.
And Jake Richards has that technique that I mean, it's so hard to teach, but he has the awareness. That's the key. You can practice as much as you want, but those in-game decisions, do I make a lunge here, do I sit back? And he seems to be in the right place at the right time. Back-to-back plays there as the Spartan defense made it interesting.
Like you said, that's more instinct than teaching.
And let's see what the Spartan offense can do here. They've gotten a little stagnant over the past 5 minutes, but got to give credit this Nighthawk defense as they continue to create havoc. We have 20 minutes left in the first half of play between the Spartans and the Nighthawks.
So it's basically been quiet for 24 of those minutes.
And in the Spartans' last contest, they are in the midst of a 3-game homestand here, 1-1 thus far. That game against Clayton State, there was a score in the first 5 minutes, and 85 consecutive scoreless minutes. And that just shows how difficult it is to penetrate these passing lanes. And Salah was looking,
should be a corner.
The third corner kick for the Spartans. Stanley and Salah presenting the dual threat. Stanley went middle lane on his first and then elected to go with the short pass to Salah. Let's see what he does here on the third attempt. It's a big swing, curling, McGrath, backside.
Spartans played that one well. It got through, but what they did is they made sure there was a player at the far end, so if it did get through, they could keep it and not have to give it up.
Loose ball.
Good little tussle going on there.
Spartans and Morgan Rasper, the middle of the field. Now Julius Becker. Linson with the touch. Fancy footwork by Rasman, taking a shot. Open is Cody Wells, but not before Ian Ward comes in with the tackle.
Your attention please. Substitution for Thomas University. Entering the game is number 27, Selwyn Slocraft.
Here comes Selwyn Slocraft.
Places number 9, Salvador Moran.
The senior from the Netherlands on the field for Salvador Marin. And the Nighthawks with numbers.
The running room there.
Let's see what they can do. Nice through ball and the shot.
Oh, wow.
Sam Eyes had ideas of his 4th goal of the season, and he was that close. The first shot of the game for Sam Eyes. The 10th of the season. And we will have a water break on the field. Spartans lead the Nighthawks 1-0. You're listening live on TampaSpartans.tv.
Amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power.
And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment.
And more spokespeople.
Talking like this, saying the word more.
AT&T.
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8, and with all AT&T Unlimited plans, get HBO for life.
Enterprise.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. More me time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast. Embassy Suites Hotels.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at DoubleTree.com.
Welcome back to the University of Tampa. Substitution for the Spartans. Now onto the field for Julius Becker, Dominic Coniglio. As we're south of 17 minutes left, 1-0 the score, courtesy of a Josh McGrath goal. Jack Guy, Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in. McGrath intercepted by Arbeles. And Richards moving to his right, signaling out the play. No ball pressure by the Nighthawks. But a lazy pass off the foot of Linson allows Thomas University to move it down the field. Ferocious defense. McGrath makes it forward. And a whistle by Martez. Soccer, a physical sport. It's not contact. Can be at times, and a free kick. Let's see if the Nighthawks can capitalize.
Pretty far out, so they'll have to have a play to get it to somebody near the box.
Action weak side, and a dashing Nighthawk. It's Arbeles.
Found a little pressure right after he got the ball, and basically he just booted it away.
And that's been the storyline of the game thus far. Anytime the Nighthawks have had that opportunity, Spartan defenders have pushed in and slowed them down as Richards taking his time on over to Gracias. 14:40 left in the first half. Cross-field pass taken by Vrasper.
Another pass just didn't get to the mark in time.
Gracias slow on his feet. Backpedals now. And Nichols taken down. And that will lead to a whistle.
Spartan got kicked in the shin there.
Emotions starting to take over at Pepin Stadium. Seeing both teams amp up with the physicality. It will be Richards
staying down.
Gracias injured his right calf, looked like moments earlier. He
looks like he's holding his right ankle.
Was able to stay on his feet momentarily, but now goes down. We'll take a break here at Pepin Stadium. Spartans lead the Nighthawks 1-0.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we come from a place that lives by one simple truth. Living good feels good. It guides how we work, how we play, and how we eat. Like our new tropical tacos with chicken or fish, cilantro lime spread, and Caribbean salsa. Any two, just $4.99. Get a taste of the good life and discover how good it makes you feel. Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. Substitutions for the Nighthawks. Onto the field, Gavin Rochford-Smith, as well as Rene Rivera. And Adrian Constantine onto the field now for the Tampa Spartans.
Foul on the Spartans there. We'll get a free kick for Thomas, way out near midfield.
Spartans will take into account the entrance of Gavin Rochford-Smith, the senior from England, leads the Nighthawks with 11 points, 4 goals, 3 assists. Mentioned he didn't start the game, and we fully expected to see him at some point. Here he is in relief, looking to add a spark as we approach 12 and a half to play in the first half. Bicycle kick there, and it pays off, looking to thread the needle. Foul. Trying to do a little too much that time for the Spartans was Dominic Caniglio, but a fine effort nonetheless. Nighthawks looking to fancy something on the pitch have been unable to do anything with the 5 shots and the lone one on goal from Sam Eyes. But an opportunity, keeping it in play, and the cross. Oh, Richard with the save.
Do they all get up? They were both coming in head first.
And that,
Jake may have taken the worst of that.
That is a scary play. 2 players coming from opposite angles and they collide. And like you said, Jack, both players with their upper bodies exposed. And you were right, it's Jake Richards getting fast of it, yes.
Both went down, but Jake stayed down.
We'll take a break here at Pepin Stadium.
No. Empanada. It's Mr. Empanada to you.
Now serving up scrumptious empanadas in convenient Tampa Bay locations. Mr. Empanada.
Adrian looked a little bit beside.
I'm Robin. And I'm Chris. We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop. They needed a better one. We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity. And I'm the quality. Why am I quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder subs.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
this is free.
On
them.
Firehouse Subs, founded by fire.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And if anyone had any questions about the toughness of Jake Richards, those questions have been answered. He's still out in the field.
Now, Adrian Bush, Spartans head coach, very emphatically not happy. They're getting a goal
And yeah, Gavin Rochford-Smith, we mentioned what he's been doing thus far for the Nighthawks, and he continues score his fifth goal of the season.
So a penalty kick off that collision. I'm not sure why they gave a penalty kick to that when two players just looked like they were going for the ball. It was an unfortunate collision. Adrian Bush was very upset by the call.
Yeah, judgment call. I think that's one that could go either way. And the ultimate question, three officials concluded and discussed it. Where was the ball when the whistle was blown and the play was blown dead? And it was really a difficult decision as this bang. Not sure if they would have scored if the collision did not occur.
Well, this I would ask, did they call that on Jake? Because as a goalie, I think he has the right to the ball. Did they call it? There was another Spartan in the area. I didn't think that close. And I'll see if I can find something out at halftime.
Yeah, it brings up ultimately the discussion about video replay. Should you be able to challenge that with VAR, with how it has emerged in soccer? And it's something we might see continue to take on at various levels.
Well, I don't think you're going to want to use the video I'm giving you. I'm trying to walk and chew gum here.
Jack Ike, a man of many talents.
Struggling at both.
10.5 to go in the first half. 1-1 the score following the Gavin Rochford-Smith PK. Well, no lead is safe, like you highlighted earlier on. And it's a brand new ball game.
That was certainly the best chance Thomas had at any point during the game before the penalty kick. It ended up resulting in a penalty kick, but the opportunity right in front on a nice cross was an excellent opportunity.
And Thiago Capella, a backup goalkeeper, still warming up behind the Spartans net. Something to monitor.
Well, in the halftime, we're going to check Jake out a little closer and get a decision at that point.
And there is a whistle going against the Nighthawks as Luca Abreu was tripped up. Diego Assar, yellow card on Abreu, and he is in disbelief.
That looked like boys being boys out there.
And he handles it the proper way. Can smile a little bit about that one.
Stare down and walk away.
Well, a quote I really like, Ray's after the Tommy Pham, success is revenge. That's what it's about. And that's
a yellow card has been
something the Spartans will look to overcome. I've got to say, Thomas University, they've taken charge here the last 5 minutes. They have connected and looked sharp, and here they go yet again. Pushing it is Selwyn Slug, the Dutch national. Trap in the corner, and that is not going to work out for Gavin Rochford-Smith. Turnover, Thomas.
Coming in as a sub. I think he might be coming in for Jake. That is. Goalie change. And I'm going to wait till that.
Substitution for Tampa, entering the game at goalkeeper, number 1, Thiago Capella.
And as we thought, it was one of those cases, Capella just needed to get ready before he was inserted in the game.
As long as Jake could give him a few minutes for that to happen. I'll tell you what, they hit hard.
Well, Thiago Capella is a junior, a Fairleigh Dickinson transfer, so certainly has experience on that.
He won qualification.
He's been there before. And what a situation. Like you said, you do not need to be a starter, but you need to be ready for any instance when your number might get called on.
I guess they call that next man up.
7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Both of these teams would love nothing more than to go into the intermission riding momentum. Spartans at midfield. Nichols to Abreu, and Capella charges.
Got a little pressure there, had to make a quick decision.
One of the things you will notice about Thiago Capella is that he moves around a lot. He does not stay stationary. And very similar to Jake Richards in the leadership attributes both of these keepers share. It's amazing how in soccer the goalkeeper is equivalent to the point guard, the quarterback, the captain on the field, the field general, and the Spartans, a surge of pressure there by two strikers, Abreu and Bacheo. But the Nighthawks with ideas under 6 minutes. Mark Lesher denied by McGrath, only for Aaron Wimberly to regain possession. As Jake Richards is being tended to on the Spartan sideline, draws the question about his availability in the second half. We will get clarity on that as the game progresses. Constantine.
Nice job taking it away.
Pocket picked Rene Rivera on over, and Capella.
Dangerous play there.
Spartans fortunate, but Thiago Capella showing off raw ability, moving to his left. Mike Zammer.
Spartans were very close to a breakaway, but now it goes the other way.
Retreating, and the lateral quickness by Capella as a pooch punt. Denied, and Zammer with another steal. Approaching 4 minutes left in the first half. Nighthawks with 7 shots, 3 on goal. And the lone score, a penalty kick for Gavin Rochford-Smith. 4 shots, 2 on net. And lone score for Josh McGrath for the Spartans is where we are at. Tampa knocking on the door. Dominic Caniglio loses it. Penetrating the middle. Rochford-Smith.
Nice slide there. It's amazing how quickly things go from one end to the other. I think the Spartans were just missed an opportunity to get a 2-on-none, and almost a golden opportunity for Thomas.
Transition proving prevalent right now. Spartans looking for the offsides call, and they are granted it. Both sides now been offsides once. Long cross-field kick by Capella, showing off the leg. But that did not fool the Nighthawk defense. That was positioned perfectly. This match is not disappointed in the slightest. Quality soccer on display as that one sails out of play. And this could be the break the Spartans were looking for as they enter a 2-minute drill. Jack, if you're head coach Adrian Bush, do you look for a quick hitter here, try to get a...
I would. You're down to the last 2 minutes. Keep it down there in that half of the field as long as you can.
Let's see what they go with. It's Salah to McGrath, met by two Nighthawks.
That ends that.
And now in transition in Tampa territory, slowing it down, Rene Rivera. Backpedaling Mark Lesher. And the cross, dangerous play. Now in the left corner, Rivera putting the Spartans on skates. In the box. And Rene Rivera will now have a penalty kick, but he will defer to Sloan Slootgraf, the Dutch national, against Capella, Thiago Capella. With an even minute to go in the first half. Crowd on the edge of their seats. Slootgraf lines it up and finds the back of the net, upper right corner. Nothing Capella could do about that one.
As a goalie, you make the decision which way you're going to move, and you hope you guess the right way. You have to act and not react. There's Jake.
We are at the 1 minute mark. 1 minute
leaving the field with his shoulder on ice.
And we mentioned both players on that incident. They had their upper bodies exposed.
Yeah, I thought it looked like his head, but shoulder on ice. So the Spartans trail 2-1 on 2 penalty kicks.
Capella out of the
box.
Showing no fear. And you have to like that out of a goalie in relief. Standing up to the task.
Just don't venture too far. I mean, there were no other Nighthawks in the box, so he was safely moving without fear of anybody slipping in.
Under 20 seconds left. The Nighthawks have scored 2 unanswered. And now lead the Spartans 2-1.
10, 9, 8,
looking like 7, this will take us to the
5,
intermission.
4, 3, 2,
and that it will. We've played 45 minutes. We got 40 more left for you, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Tampa and Thomas in a Sun versus Sunshine State Conference clash. Jack, what were your impressions through the first half of that?
Well, you know, the Spartans were not able to capitalize on the quick start, and Thomas just kept coming at the Spartans when they did get opportunities. You know, they forced the Spartans to react, and twice they ended up with penalty kicks and scored on both of them. And they have not had any great open looks at the goal, but the 2 plays that resulted in penalty kicks gave them the lead.
Well, we are about 15 minutes approximately from kicking off the second half. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to Men's Soccer on TampaSpartans.tv.
Muppet.
And I'm Chris.
We're the brothers behind Firehouse Subs. The last thing anyone needed was another sub shop.
They needed a better one.
We built Firehouse Subs on quality and quantity.
And I'm the quality.
Why am I quantity?
Are you kidding?
Try our hook and ladder subs.
Smoked turkey breast, Virginia honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese.
Yeah, all served steaming hot on a toasted sub roll. Our way beats their way. If you don't agree,
It's free.
Oh, yeah.
Firehouse Subs, founded by fire.
Adrian Constantine, Julius Becker, Omar Tale, Josh McGrath, Roger Smith, Amgad Salah, Jan Walker, Tim Kraft, and Ezric Nichols. Roger Smith, give and go with McGrath. Smith with a look and takes a tumble in the box. Nice tackle by Jan Walker.
I know it's early, we're only 50 seconds in, but the Spartans seem to be coming out a little more aggressive, a little quicker.
And with the additions of Tale, Walker, and Smith, we are seeing Adrian Bush have no hesitation going to his usual bunch. And
maybe a little more athleticism.
The usual suspects on the field for the Spartans, looking to overcome a 1-goal deficit. On the field for the Nighthawks, Ben Lawrence in net, Mark Lesher, Mike Zammer, Martin Rijwa, Gavin Rochford-Smith, Rene Rivera, Diego Assar, Henry Jones, Ian Ward, Selwyn Slograf, and Nicola Monelli. Long throw from Monelli, cleared by Nichols.
Try it again.
Spartans get it ahead to Tale. Roger Smith in open field down the left sideline. Opportunity for the Spartans, and Smith was thinking about Salah in the middle, but not enough on the pass with Zammer clearing.
Well, there you saw the athleticism showing up in the first 2.5 minutes. Had a nice cross, but just whoever he was waiting for was just taking too long to get there.
Here come the Spartans. It's Albert Morales to Ezric Nichols. Jan Walker, left sideline, Julius Becker on the pitch. Tackled and stolen by Henry Jones. Rochford-Smith to Slotgraf. The 2 goal scorers for the Nighthawks pressuring Capella. Becker backpedaling to Nichols. Clear. Kraft.
Out of bounds.
And the Nighthawk defense has been superb after the opening 2 minutes, slowing down this high-octane offense of the Tampa Spartans. Becker, cross field, for Kraft. A 3-on-3. It's Gavin Rochford-Smith putting it on the money, and the Spartans take it away as Constantine fell to the grass. Jan Walker taking a shot. looking for Tale. Tracks
reinforcements. Good move.
Tale tripped up by 2 Nighthawks going against Salvador Marin. We played 5 minutes in the second half. Another clear as Nichols finds Becker. And Becker and McGrath not on the same page.
Well, the Spartans have been a little more opportunistic looking for those plays. That one didn't connect. But the fact is they're looking for them.
Ben Barnes skies one.
Well, at hang time.
Diego Asar and company in the Spartan box, knocking on the door, and that shot sails off of the foot of Henry Jones.
I think it was deflected by Tampa, deflected by Nichols, and it should be a corner kick.
And the Spartans very fortunate there. It was a 3-on-2. And this will be the second corner kick of the game for Thomas University. All by himself is Gavin Rochford-Smith. He is the primary catalyst on this Nighthawk attack. 6 goals as Capella elevates.
Getting up quickly though, another Spartan goalkeeper down.
And there's also an injured Nighthawk in the Spartan net. So 2 injured players don't go anywhere.
Wow, I think they were separate incidents.
We will be right back. You're listening to Men's Soccer on TampaSpartans.tv.
For 42 minutes, he's been trying to bring an entire stadium to its feet. Why does he do it? For glory? Notoriety? We don't know. Frankly, we don't need to know. But much like this hero, Courtyard is all about the game.
That's my guy, yes! Snacks, yeah, eat it up, and we're gonna burn it off doing
Your pizza loaded with cheese. Then we got a crust for you. Pizza Hut's ultimate cheesy crust pizza. 16 cheesy pockets overflowing with a 5-cheese blend and melted cheeses. Only from Pizza Hut and only for a limited time. No one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pepin Stadium. Good news as Thiago Capella back on his feet, staying in the game. As there looks to be a Spartan.
Your attention, please. A yellow card has been assessed to Thomas, number 3, Mike Zamora.
Mike Zamora with the yellow card. And I was thinking we might get a yellow card after the conclusion of that play because it was a dangerous swing up in midair against a vulnerable goalkeeper like Capella was. Because he was so high up in the air when he caught that ball that there was no way for him to protect his body via the contact. That one heads up into the bleachers.
That one made it to the top row.
Would say a souvenir, but they're going to get that soccer ball back on the field. Game ball that they do. Keeping the fans engaged.
Heads up.
Attention, please. Substitution for Tampa. Entering the game, number 30, Brendan Gracias. For number 6, Adrian Constantine.
Brendan Gracias granted entrance back into the ball game for Adrian Constantine. Looping throw from Becker. Walker to Tale. And play stays right here as Nichols skips one over. to Albert Morales. And Tampa will set up their half-field defense as a throw-in for Nicola Monelli on its way. Walking the tightrope, keeping it in play was Henry Jones. And a throw-in now for the Nighthawks. Monelli will do the honors.
Didn't like the throw-in. Spartans get it.
Conversation between Mateo and Richardson. They agree it is Spartans ball. Throw in for Julius Becker. En route to Roger Smith. Whistle against Selwyn Slotgraf. Nichols setting it up to Morales. What must the Spartans do to regain rhythm here offensively?
Well, it seems like at this point they've just got to be a little more precise with their passing. They haven't gotten that many opportunities, so when you've got one, it's really important that they make it connect.
Walker sends it over to Nichols. On the push is Becker.
No, that was a pass that didn't connect. I know there's many of them during the course of a game, but that one just didn't have a chance.
And you're right, we've seen a lot of those plays thus far. It has not been pretty the entirety of the game, but one of those grudge matches. Just have to find a way if you're on the field, and both sides looking to do so as we are under 34 minutes left in regulation. Tallow to Becker. Spartans have something grooving. Walker goes down, no call. Both teams have committed 6 fouls. Thiago Capella now in his 20th minute of relief has accounted for 2 saves. And here come the Nighthawks on the push of Jones. And there is no dispute about that, as the yellow card will be issued.
That was a little above and beyond the call of duty there.
No need for that, as Nichols slow to get up. And the medical staff, they've been busy here today.
They're getting their miles.
And we'll take a break. You're listening to the Spartans and Nighthawks live on TampaSpartans.tv.
At DoubleTree by Hilton, we believe in nice. Not your okay, fine, just being polite kind of nice, but a genuine nice. The kind that's contagious, that you can't help but take with you. The kind of nice you want to share with others. But don't take our word for it. Come for a stay and help us prove nice travels. Book at doubletree.com.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites. More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have, more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
Sir. Welcome back to Pepin Stadium. Ezrick Nichols being tended to is replaced by Trevor Stanley.
He's a freshman from Tampa's Jesuit High School, part of a highly regarded freshman class that has a very much a Tampa flavor to it.
And Stanley started the game, and he's taken both corner kicks thus far. As we near 32 to go, a shot just left. Capella sailed to his right, and that is the 6th shot on goal for the Nighthawks. That one had some steam on it.
Yeah, it did. Those are one of those optical illusions when you're up here. You see the net move because the ball hit it, and then you realize it was on the other side of the net.
Angling to his right is Gracias. Short pass there.
The pass just didn't get there.
And just to reiterate, those crisp passes, so imperative when you're facing talented defenses. As the Spartans looking to create, Stanley to Smith. Roger Smith intercepted by Monelli. Omar Atali, one of those X-Factor players. He and Roger Smith can turn something out of nothing. Look for them to continue to get volume as they try to add that spark. Take away by the Nighthawks, but the Spartans get it right back. It's Becker now in the right corner, crossing it.
Keep it in.
Roger Smith with an open Trevor Stanley. The cross, weak side, and this will be a penalty kick. So the Spartans showing signs of life here.
We don't see three a year normally.
Critical mistake by the Thomas defense, and Omar Tale lining up what will be
to tie the game.
A dramatic moment here between Ben Barnes and Omar Tale. Could be the equalizer at the 30-11 mark here in the second half. Tale has 2 goals on the year, looking for the 3rd. Sets, fires, connects. Past the outstretched arms of Ben Barnes will knot it up at 2.
The kept it low and on the ground. Barnes dove, just couldn't get to the far post in time. Or the near post, I should say, but just past his outstretched arms.
And you get the sense this game is just getting going. 2-2. This is the first time these two teams have seen each other in 8 years. 2011 was the last matchup, 6th meeting of all time.
I think the only thing in common are the two head coaches from the last time.
Substitutions for Thomas University.
Sam Eyes back on the field for Selwyn Slocum.
Replacing number 2, Mark Lesher.
And Lesher replaced by Wimberley.
Also into the game is number 14, Sam Eyes. Replacing number 27, Selwyn Slocum.
We've played 15 minutes here in the second half. 2-2, Thomas and Tampa. Three of the 4 goals scored have come via the penalty kick. And now as a player, how much does that factor in, knowing that lead official Miguel Martez will not hesitate to give that penalty kick to anything close in the box?
Well, you know, in a lot of games, whether it's football or basketball, they always say you learn how the official's going to call the game and you adjust the game accordingly. Most likely applies in this case too.
Diego Asar with the yellow card, not happy about it, but with the extracurriculars, believe it's the correct call. Here comes the free kick for Julius Becker, looking downfield, chips one. Was looking for Roger Smith, but Asar came in hot with the steal.
I just have a feeling, and you probably do too, this game may be getting more physical as we go along.
Without a doubt. It's Stanley finding a teammate. It's Tim Kraft. Aaron Wimberley for the Nighthawks retreats to Martin Griswois. Long look as Morales heads it, and a deep shot that misses the left off the foot of Rochford Smith. And the Spartans have done a good job neutralizing Rochford Smith. He scored the penalty kick, but he's the primary catalyst on this Nighthawk team. And an instance there, he was just frustrated. He hadn't gotten a look in a while, and he pulled the trigger there, but not much of a chance. Tampa will take that all game long.
Sure.
Play continues as we are under 28 minutes. Capella skies one that will be handled by the Nighthawk defense. It's Barnes, intercepted by Becker. Spartans looking for the offsides. They get the call. It was definitely a late call by side official Christopher Farber, but the right call, as there was no questioning Rochford Smith about a good 2.5 feet offsides.
Yep.
Spartans slow it down. McGrath, too much
Good idea.
Smith.
Matter of fact, I think the Spartans get a goal kick off of it. It deflected off somebody else. Somebody on St. on Thomas. No, it wasn't.
Quick 1-2 Tale to Roger Smith, back door.
Stanley able to corral it for the Spartans, so keep it in play.
Amgad Salah taking a chance, met by a double team, and chips one. Roger Smith is offside.
Oh, so close.
And it was evident, Thomas, they were looking for the offside.
Yeah.
That defense was pressed up all the way.
That's part of the training, is to not let that happen.
And Smith was not offsides by much. He was right on that line. But Richardson on top of it makes the correct call as the Spartans set up their half-field defense.
Basketball is about the only sport that doesn't care if you want to get behind or in front of, depending on your point of view, your defender. Hockey's got the blue line, so you can't go in there without the puck. Soccer has offside. Basketball, if you want to just stay on the other end of the court,
you can cherry pick.
Josh McGrath.
I wonder if that would change the rules if you couldn't go across until the other team went across.
Indeed, and a question that's been for debate in basketball while we're on the topic, the restricted area. Should that be implemented at all levels? Should we take it out entirely? Is it good or bad for the game?
Yeah, I mean, the more you take it down levels, the more it puts more pressure on the officials who aren't necessarily as qualified as the officials at the higher level.
That's a good point, because particularly at the NBA level, there's so many dunks, and you see players line up for charges. It makes the game tough on officials. It does. There's no easy calls when there's a matter like that, as the Spartans get the takeaway.
I just remember back when they implemented the three-point shot, or not the three-point shot, and a couple of the officials at the high school level I knew said, wow, that's just another thing we have to watch. I mean, now it's acceptable, but at the time it was like, okay, now we're watching fouls. Most of the fouls occur above the waist. Now you say we got to watch the feet.
Amgad Salah will be replaced as he is slow to get up. Injuries continuing to pile on.
And you hope they're just pain and not real injuries, that it just hurts briefly. Well, I'll tell you what, Jake Richards had his right shoulder on ice, big ice wrap, and he didn't move much.
Max Brennan replacing Amgad Salah.
Number 29, Max Brennan replacing number 14, Amgad Salah.
And both of these coaches, Ricky Zambrano and Adrian Bush, have done an impressive job keeping their rotation fresh. We've seen a mixture of players both off the bench and in the starting lineup.
Especially on a day like this. It's hot. They started with the sun just beating down. A few shadows now you can see. Nice job by Tampa to even get that one close to the goal.
Tampa looking to take the lead. Let's see what they can do. Jan Walker controls to Becker. Taking a look. Middle in, it's Tale in the box. Goes inside out.
Got caught in a 3-on-1 there. Never had a real good opportunity to create anything before he was surrounded.
Defensive presence by the Nighthawks. They have had clear after clear after clear trying to slow down this Tampa unit that is playing with a sense of urgency here in the second half. Looking very sharp as Roger Smith is in his wheelhouse. Stanley unable to find Linson.
But Tampa will get the throw in. Nice play.
Becker.
Oh, good slide.
Tackle by Zamora, saving the day as Julius Becker had ideas up that right wing. Spartans changing sides of the field. Morales loops one to Brennan. We near 21 minutes. With it, Ben Barnes. He's accounted for one save. That is the 8th foul of the game on the Spartans. Nighthawks have committed 7. With it, Stanley. He's got pass. Roger Smith up the middle. Thought about it. Still has it. And sends it cross field. Becker. The cross. Looking for Stanley. And Roger Smith with the capitalization. Tampa takes the lead with 19:56 to go. What a play. Roger Smith electrifying Pepin Stadium. He continues his outbreak, his second goal of the season.
Two crisp passes there and a nice shot into the goal. A few seconds before that, I thought Smith should have taken the shot, and he pulled it back and set it off to the far side of the box, and that set it all up.
And how about the job by the Spartan bench? They entered the second half trailing 2-1, and Omar Tale and Roger Smith, two players who did not play in the first 45 minutes.
But, as you mentioned, two very talented players who have played have been starters earlier. Just shows that there's some depth on this team.
And in limited runs, Tale and Smith making the most. And the Spartans find themselves in the driver's seat leading 3-2. But like we've continued to reiterate here in the early going of the season, no lead is safe. You must keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Spartans with a 3-0 lead last week, midweek against Flagler. Has cut to 3-2 in a matter of a minute and a half. And Tampa held on for a 4-2 win.
On the flip side of the equation, if you're head coach Ricky Zambrano, you led 2-1 as a look here will trickle into the left corner, kept alive by Ward. You wonder if the sense of urgency and the aggression kicks back in, now trailing, and offsides is the call. Roachford Smith.
I've been called for offside, but he wasn't going to waste an opportunity to put a shot on goal.
And he was definitely offsides there. We will have a corner kick, the third of the game for Thomas. How about the job Tiago Capella has done weathering the storm following Jake Richards' injury.
The only blemish, and it's hardly a blemish when you get beat on a penalty kick.
Clock winding down, now at 17:30 left.
Thomas has outshot the Spartans 12-6, but shots on goal, 5 for Thomas, 4 for Tampa.
Here we go.
That one almost slipped through.
Smith tried to clear it, but it is retained by the Nighthawks with Diego Asar. And a dangerous play there in midair from Mike Zamora will go against as he gave a hip check there to Trevor Stanley, who brushes it off. Looking ahead, Spartans travel to Miami Shores Saturday, kick off Sunshine State Conference play before they host the Eckerd Tritons and the Embry-Riddle Eagles. They then go to Palm Beach Atlantic and Florida Southern before taking on the Nova Southeastern Sharks. Spartans with numbers. It's Smith to Tale. And that one sails over the net. Substitution coming forward, but not before a water break is issued here. Both teams will hydrate. You're listening to men's soccer on the Sunshine State and Sun Conference Clash. 3-2, Tampa leading Thomas.
At Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we listen.
And we've been listening for more than 55 years.
To customers and employees. In fact, there was an Enterprise employee who came up with the idea of picking you up when you need to rent a car.
It was a great idea.
At your house, at the repair shop, we'll pick you up. Wherever you need us, we'll be there. Listening. Let us show you what that means.
Enterprise, we'll pick you up.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
So what's his name? Tim and...
Yeah, first of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
You remember the girl wearing the gold Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me. It's been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of the time? I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it. It's actually pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally. But
anyway, Mike, let's...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pepin Stadium. Ben Barnes with the goal kick.
Cody Wells replacing number 7, Julius Becker.
Julius Becker replaced by Cody Wells as Jan Walker gets a takeaway. Was looking for Roger Smith to no avail. Under 16 minutes left in regulation. Spartans clinging to a 3-2 lead. Both teams looking for their second victory of the season, and we have yet another player down.
Why not?
Looks to be okay nonetheless. However, is Tim Kraft. With 15 minutes left to play, is there any point on the clock where it kicks in more so that we need to be aggressive, or is it all, at this point, we're all out and we're taking every chance we can?
Well, right now necessary chance because you don't want to give up anything easy. Spartans have done so well. When you really get down to it, even though they've been outshot 12-7, they've done a nice job in this game. The 2 goals scored by Thomas were both off penalty kicks. The Spartans have not let them have a host of good opportunities.
And we see Jake Richards now moving back to the sidelines. We wish him a speedy recovery. He played 36 and a half minutes, recorded a save, allowed a goal.
Well, the good thing, and just an observation from a long way away, is the shoulder's not in a sling or anything like that. I mean, as I said, he was taken off on a golf cart and had a big old ice pack on the shoulder.
Fortunately for the Spartans, they have a proven backup goalkeeper in Tiago Capella as they are knocking on the door. Corner kick from Stanley was met by the Nighthawks. Well, like you said, you have to be cautious. You have to take the proper safety measures to keep a valuable player in Jake Richards. Such a pivotal part of this team. Can ill afford to lose him for a long period of time.
Yep. The assumption was he would not be back at all in this game no matter what once he left.
New pitches Breeze entering the game for Thomas University is number 11, Rene Rivera.
And Capella has done well.
And that's a notion, I think, that the entire University of Tampa athletic program does a spectacular job on. If there's any question about a player's health, they put the player's safety first. A player can argue all they want about staying out there, but if there's any threat to their health, they're going to be taken care of. And like you said all game long, depth is important. And
yes.
For reasons like this. So let's see if the Spartans and their bench, they've gotten contributions across the board, can hold on to this 3-2 lead as Thomas, with a look deep in Tampa territory. The cross back door.
Nice.
It was open for design, and Wimberly had a look. Capella did a fine job moving laterally.
That's why you were talking about depth, but you look at the other side with Thomas, they only have 5, maybe 6 players on the sideline. And so now that we're 70, almost 80 minutes into this game, you just have to wonder if maybe attrition will take a toll, and the Spartans might be that half step faster in a critical play down the stretch here.
Absolutely.
Because they've been subbing all game long, and I know Thomas has as well, but they've been subbing a lot of the same players, whereas Tampa can rotate a bunch of different players in.
Definitely. They have 8 players, but only 6 dressed on the bench, and for Ricky Zambrano, they've utilized the entirety of that bench all game long, and to go off that point, conditioning now will prove to be the difference as the Spartans clear.
And it may not even be conditioning, it may just be stamina at this point. When you've been running around and it's 90 and it was sunny for the better part of the day.
It's Roger Smith on the right wing.
Cross. Just miss. There's that step and a half. It didn't quite connect because the ball was a step and a half ahead.
And now Stanley was trying to thread the needle. 11 minutes left in action. Here comes Jan Walker. And now Thomas looking to find any rhythm in their own territory. The 2 goals have both come off penalty kicks. This might help the cause as Walker
free kick.
Ward.
Free kick at midfield, so it's not a huge advantage.
Now under 10 minutes to play. expecting to see the Thomas offense and the Tampa defense really work here as this game winds down. If you're head coach Adrian Bush, are you applying ball pressure everywhere or picking spots?
Well, I think you just pick your spots right now. Make sure you know where your players are so nobody can kind of slide past you when you're not looking.
Frustrating play there is Morales. A push from behind against Jack Chambers. And now Mateo with a late yellow card. It looked like he was going to let Morales go, and Morales took a few steps the other way, and the yellow card whipped out. And Jack Chambers with 3 strikers in the box. This could be their moment here to make something happen.
Still 35, 40 yards away. We'll see what they do with it.
Good look. And the header got the chance they wanted. And a plead from Rochford Smith. And Capella will slow it down. The clock is the Spartans' friend here. But at the same time, you do not want to get stagnant offensively. You want to continue to force the Night Owls to work. Mention this is the last non-conference game before the Spartans begin Sunshine State Conference play. And a whistle, and here comes the yellow. Will go against Jan Walker.
So I guess just for good measure, they open won the last non-conference game, the last regular season, which was most likely an open date for the Spartans because of an even number, or an odd number of teams, I should say, in the Sunshine State Conference, so somebody always gets a weekend off.
Yeah, and playing at Union, going up to Jackson, Tennessee, that's no easy game. That will be a tough task. Also take on Florida National on the 29th. That'll be a home game.
Okay.
And following that road game at Union, Sunshine State quarterfinals begin, so the season in full swing now. Oh, what a play.
And a goal.
We are tied. But that play was executed perfectly by Thomas.
I didn't try to steal your thunder there, but it happened so quickly. I thought the Spartans were going to get the clear. But it actually came back toward the goal. The initial shot was saved by someone other than Capella.
It was a rebound.
Yeah.
And like you said, a crowded box it was. And in the right place at the right time with 8:15 to go. Getting good at Pepin Stadium. Still awaiting confirmation on who officially will get the goal and the assist. It was a bang play, and we are under 8 minutes. But how the script has changed. It's Stanley and the Spartans now looking to retake the lead.
Thomas goal scored by number 15, Diego Azar.
It's Roger. With it, Kraft looking for Smith, and now Stanley. Oh, not enough on it, and the Nighthawks now in a 2-on-2 make it 3-on-3. Down the right wing is Chambers. Cleared by Walker. The third goal was scored by Diego Asar just moments ago. Unassisted goal because
off the rebound.
Exactly.
Number 27, Selwyn Slowgraph is in the game.
Selwyn Slowgraph back in the game.
Number 14, Sam Ives.
As Sam Ives gets a breather.
Substitutions for Tampa. Number 6, Adrian Constantine is in the game.
Roger Smith looking to make it happen. Pulling the trigger. And he just misses right. But that is the look the Spartans were hoping for.
That was a good play. It just kind of opened up wide for him. Just a matter of did he have the room to find part of the net.
Here comes Ben Barnes. Line drive. Goal kick. And a whistle going against Chambers with the hip check against Kraft. Kraft sold it. Sends it across the field to Gracias.
There you go.
For Smith, Smith denied.
Might have waited too long.
And the Night Owls catch a break. Stanley throws it over. Stolen by
Stanley.
And Stanley
riding on the back of a Nighthawk player.
With a slight altercation, Chambers will have the free kick. 5 minutes left, 3-3 at Pepin Stadium.
Half the goals have been scored on penalty kicks.
Roger Smith looking for help. Finds Wells to Gracias.
Nice job reversing the field.
Gibson
operate.
Looking for Stanley. And offsides. Stanley was offsides for the fourth time today for the Tampa offense. We have played 86 minutes, and we are tied at 3.
Goalies exchanging kicks there.
And we very well may see this type of flow the remainder 3.5 minutes. Neither team wants to make that fatal mistake. But all it takes is one breakaway.
But if you get the ball this side of midfield, you should really do your best to make something happen like this.
Let's see what the Spartans can do. Talley. Met by Zim. Some more. Tripping up Talley and a whistle against Talley. If we are unable to declare a winner in the next 2 minutes 40 seconds, it will be sudden death. 2 10-minute periods will be in action if needed. As a throw from the Spartans. game like this, nothing new for the Tampa Spartans. They've been in their fair share of contests like these, coming down to the wire. Roger Smith. How about that by Roger Smith-Tatali? Spartans were trying to chip away, but Rochford Smith now on the left side. 2-minute drill for the Nighthawks. And let's see what we have here. It will be a free kick for Thomas with 98 seconds left in the game. This could be the dagger. They're able to execute. Crowd on the edge of their seat. Diego Asar scored the equalizer, and he sends one over. Weak side. Oh my goodness! 2 chances right there.
One of them just missed getting his foot on the ball.
1 minute.
The other one fell up and got his foot on the ball and kicked it over the crossbar.
And that is one that the Nighthawks want to have back. Spartans catch a break. 45 seconds left. Tolly gets some separation, looking for Smith. Roger Smith now. Crosses, weak side, Walker's there! Jan Walker! Twice! And now third time! Still up! Oh my goodness!
Wow!
Do you want drama? Drama's what you've been getting, folks, the last 2 minutes.
And almost a breakaway for Thomas heading to the final 10 seconds.
Both teams have had multiple chances to win this game in the last 60 seconds. And we will play extra time.
And just for fun, the last second shot goes wide.
Not sure if it would have counted. It would have been something if he found the back of the net. Well, we played 90 minutes. There have been 6 goals scored, 3 by each side. Jack, what a sequence there. Let's first start with Thomas having two pretty good opportunities.
Yes.
With an open net.
Actually, more than pretty good. They were excellent.
An open net off a ricochet. The first player just overran the ball, and the second was right there.
Too high.
And on the other side, the Spartans, they get one look that hits the crossbar. 2 were saved by Ben Barnes. And at the end of it, we would play an extra 10 minutes, potentially, sudden death of course.
Pretty good opportunities for Tampa at the minute mark.
So we'll keep it right here as we're approximately 4 minutes away from playing free soccer. Let's take a look at the scoring breakdown. 15 shots for the Nighthawks, 11 for the Spartans, 15 fouls for Tampa, just 10 for Thomas, in what has been a thrilling soccer match between the Spartans and Nighthawks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
At Enterprise Rent-A-Car, we listen.
And we've been listening for more than 55 years.
To customers and employees. In fact, it was an Enterprise employee who came up with the idea of picking you up when you need to rent a car.
It was a great idea.
At your house, at the repair shop, we'll pick you up. Wherever you need us, we'll be there. Listening. Let us show you what that means.
Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Amazing new iPhone 8 is at AT&T, and we know you'll love it.
Because we know you want more.
More great camera features and more power. And more than just unlimited data, we give you unlimited plans with HBO included for life.
Because you deserve more entertainment and more spokespeople. Talking like this, saying more and more.
AT&T,
It's time for more. Am I too close? I feel like I'm too close.
Get the iPhone 8 and with all AT&T unlimited plans, get HBO for life.
If no one scores after 2 periods, the game ends at time.
Whoever said that less is more or less mathematically challenged. Less isn't more, it's less. And the only thing more than more is a lot more, which is exactly what I get at Embassy Suites.
More space. More downtime. More family time. More me time. Because the more I have, the more I have to have, more.
More room, complimentary drinks, free breakfast, Embassy Suites Hotels.
More shots until you're alone. We just
Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in. Jack, what are the keys to victory here for both sides as we prepare for the extra time?
Well, I wonder if they'll treat it similarly to the last 5 minutes of regulation, where they kind of threw caution to the wind and went out and tried to create things. Sometimes when you get into overtimes, you play a little more defensively. But that was a lot of fun watching the last 5 minutes.
It definitely was. Just a reminder, we will play 10 minutes here. If no team scores, we'll play an additional 10 minutes. And at that point,
if no team scores in the second 10 minutes,
it'll be a
everybody
draw.
goes home somewhat happy.
Here we go, free soccer.
Teams did change ends.
On the field for the Spartans, it's Capella in net as a shot misses well left for Rochford Smith. Capella, Constantine, Tale, Smith, Salah, Stanley, Walker, Wells, Kraft, Brennan, and Gracias round out the Spartan lineup.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, now attrition may be even more prevalent as they're playing extra soccer. And with the Spartans having more players available to play, it may take its toll at some point on Thomas, asking less number of players to do the same amount of work.
And this is the point in the game where it's all about willpower. What team wants it more? Who's going to play with more heart? Give it everything they have. Because like you said, both of these teams are neck and neck in terms of talent, both very balanced. And the Spartans get a steal. Tale going through multiple defenders and works a free kick to Walker. Here come the Spartans across. That will lead to a corner kick.
That's what you want.
Sixth corner kick of the game for the Spartans. And here comes the lefty specialist, Trevor Stanley. We've seen him for the first 5 corners. He is now joined by Talley. So a dual threat here. Are you expecting a short pass, Jack, or are you expecting a...
I think he'll put it up there.
Let's see.
Doesn't look like it, but I think he will.
Talley backs off. It will be a look from Stanley, and a chip shot from Smith that just misses. We'll do it again.
Another corner, though. It's well designed.
And it looks like
you got a shot in the box.
It'll be a similar play as Talley now moves into the box. Look for Stanley. Header from Gracias. And how about that defensive stop by Diego Asar,
guarding in our case, the near post.
And now Gavin Rochford-Smith looking for the end, and stopped by Stanley.
No doubt it was a game-saving play there.
Fireworks at Pepin Stadium, both sides giving it all they had. We've played 3 minutes of extra time. Barnes lines one that is kept alive. With it now, Asar. Headed on nicely by Wells. And losing it is Salah. Play slows down. Spartans move it side to side. Let's see what they can do. It's Jan Walker to Stanley. Stanley serves one, was looking for the hookup with Smith. And on the counter are the Nighthawks. Amgad Salah in Thomas territory. Behind Stala. And Roger Smith put it where he needed to.
That was a good play.
And now here come the Nighthawks. Rochford-Smith with the shot. And he wishes he could have that back.
He had an opportunity to get a good foot on the ball, but just kicked too high.
Amgad Salah back on his feet. Took a tumble. And now Salah will be replaced.
Your attention please, substitutions for Tampa. In the game now is number 27, Philippe Gieson-Limson.
Philippe Gieson-Limson.
Number 14, Amgad Salah.
There's Constantine.
Back in the game for Thomas is number 11, Rene Rivera, replacing
keeps it alive, Rene Rivera.
Selwyn Slowgraf.
Back in for Selwyn Slowgraf. Game slowing down. The opening couple minutes here of extra time.
Well, strong. Yeah. It started strong. It slowed down the last couple. Just getting their second wind.
Capella sets it. Calling out the play. We are 6 minutes in. Clock continues to wind down.
Substitution for Tampa entering the game is number 2, Albert Morales, replacing number 6, Adrian Constantine.
Within his craft, he's met by Rene Rivera. And the Nighthawks with the chance, here they come, offside. Just
couldn't take any chances there.
Robert Smith, by the skin of his teeth, was offsides.
That's the second time he's been just offside. Took the shot anyway.
Third time today, a Thomas striker has been offsides. Capella drills one down the left side, and Tale able to chase it down. Smith has it. Good pass to Tale, and the chip shot saved by Barnes. Tale was looking to locate that perfectly, back right corner, just did not have enough lift on that shot. And Kraft runs over Ward. Mateo Arbalays passes to Asar. Under 2 minutes left. And a whistle will go against Smith. A chance with Roger Smith directing traffic.
This is what we're looking for, is a transition play.
Calling for it and getting it. Here come the Spartans. And that was a promising look. I like the
box.
Max Brennan put it where it needed to be. There was just not a Spartan running on that left wing. We knew 1 minute left in the opening 10-minute period.
1 minute remaining.
Ben Barnes with the goal kick. Gets to midfield. Tale with the takeaway. This could be the final push for the Spartans. They have 40 seconds to work with. Looking for it all. And there will be a whistle.
There you go.
They have to move quickly. Here. Under 30 seconds left. But plenty of time to get a quality look. Stanley, the southpaw, with 15 on the clock. Skies one. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6.
Looking to put one on the net. Why not? Giving a chance, and offside is the call. We will play 10 more minutes. We played 100 minutes. We are yet to declare a winner between Thomas and Tampa. Approximately 5 minutes away. Holy cow, what a game.
We only put up 2 on the clock, so less time to talk. everybody's in favor of going to penalty kicks. They say that's kind of like going to home run derby or a three-point shot to decide a game. Which might not be a bad thing for MLB to bring in.
Not at all.
They need to try that in the Eastern League. They were trying all sorts of crazy things that you could steal first base.
It's something new, adds a different element, something to consider.
See if the fans like it.
Omar Tale kicks us off in the 101st minute at Pepin Stadium.
Teams have switched sides again. Tampa going off to right. I take that back. I had one chance to get that right, and I got it wrong. Going right to left.
It's Capella, Morales, Tale, Smith, Stanley, Walker, Wells, Kraft, Geeson, Linson, Brennan, and Gracias for the Spartans. Countered by Barnes, Zamora, Griswois, Assar, Arbeles, Ward, and Monelli. Chance for Roger Smith.
Offside.
And that is a late whistle.
Yep.
Spartans not happy with the call. Both sides have been off 4 times. And on the counter, it's Ben Barnes looking downfield. Drills one, that's tailing middle. Spartan defense was waiting for it. Geeson Linson. Back over to Stanley. The through ball from Morales. And the bicycle kick by Kraft. Max Brennan. Roger Smith walking the tightrope, and the Spartans have a throw-in. It's Cody Wells. Backing his way is Smith.
Goal kick. Corner kick, I should say.
Here comes Trevor Stanley for the 8th time today from the corner. Can he hook one? He's all by himself. Ball on its way. It's a beauty. Smith looking for the exclamation point. Smith off balance.
Nice steal.
Opportunity for Tale. A chance, but Kraft is intercepted by Rochford Smith. Kraft, weak side.
Almost headed that right to a Tampa player.
Fatigue starting to kick in for both teams. We've played 103 minutes of soccer. Smith one more time. And a push from Rochford Smith. Open field. Crossing it. A look for Mateo Arbeles. Hooks one. Rochford Smith the header. And Capella gobbles it up.
Now you make the move. Get the transition while a few of the players are back.
Geeson Linson keeps it in play. On ball pressure. And it will be a goal kick. Look for a substitution off the bench. Adrian Bush will have to wait though as play resumes. Both sides have competed extremely hard, giving it all they have. But we're just 5 minutes away from a tie if neither offense can strike one more time. Talley with Stanley running with them. This has a promising sight for the Spartans. Stanley with the shot. He scores. Trevor Stanley calls game. And the Tampa Spartans get their second win of the season.
Stanley's been working on that side the whole game, and this time, for some reason, I don't know if it was fatigue or whatever, but he was able to kind of go unimpeded all the way down and fired it.
The freshman phenom from Jesuit in the 106th minute. Trevor Stanley calls game and sends the home crowd here at Pepin Stadium home happy. What a ball game. Jack, take us through those final few sequences. I think Ben Barnes and that Thomas University defense were expecting a cross from Trevor Stanley.
I don't even know if there was anybody over there. I think it was Stanley one-on-none.
Yeah, he had ideas, and he throws Barnes, the goalkeeper. There was no reaction, and he finds the back of the net. What a shot.
It was a tough angle. He had to find the right spot. He didn't have a lot of room upstairs to work with, but he was able to make it happen.
So the Tampa Spartans, with the victory, move to 2-2 on the season, winners of 2 of their last 3, and they carry some momentum going to Miami Shores Saturday for a Sunshine State Conference affair with the Barry Buccaneers.
I'll tell you what, this is a big win in a couple of regards. First off, they battled back from 2 penalty kicks that put them down. They played pretty well, but 2 penalty kicks put them down 2-1. They then came back and took a 3-2 lead, and then in the final minutes gave up one more goal to make it 3-3, and then 107 minutes into the game finally,
the Spartans
finally took its toll or whatever, but it worked out.
Whether it be the injuries, the 17 fouls committed, or the 2 penalty kick goals that they gave up, the Spartans found a way, and that's the bottom line. Kudos to the Tampa Spartans, moved to 2-2 on the season. The Thomas Nighthawks dropped to 1-5. For Jack Ike, Connor Moore, thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night.